cobbler.
Ooh,
Yeah, go for it. Tastes a little funky, but go for it.
peach cobbler.
Really? Tastes funky?
Yeah, something awful about it. I don't know if
Was
it's
it-
the
was it the
crust.
Was it the ice cream or the peach cobbler itself?
Ooh, that's a good question. Could have
Probably
been.
the ice cream.
Could have been the ice cream.
What
Peach
kind of
cobbler
ice cream?
looked a little funky though. It's just vanilla.
Man, there's
Well,
nothing,
you know,
there's nothing that runs through you like a bad cobbler. You know.
Dude, yeah. Oh, I
maybe,
know.
maybe I won't eat the cobbler.
And we're going to do a reaction. Zach has submitted a song, Black Sabbath.
Justin Bieber. Oh, sorry, no.
Justin Bieber, just the great JB. No, Zach has submitted a song, Black Sabbath, Snowblind by Black Sabbath. Never heard of that band.
Yeah, do it.
But Mike,
They're from the 50s.
Mike, have you heard this song?
Possibly, maybe in passing, but haven't really given Black Sabbath like a full shot. Just from what Zach plays.
I think I played it in the car. not too long
Probably, yeah.
ago.
Yeah, I'm with Mike. Greatly admire what they've done, but don't know much of their work apart from just the stuff that's on the surface out there. Yeah, Zach, you want to set the song up, or should we just go into it?
Let's go into it, man.
All right.
Yeah,
All
I like
right.
that.
Although I did think of another song that I think I would rather play, but I can't think of what the name is of the song, so
Well,
I'll find it next month.
we're committed now to this.
Yeah.
So. All right.
All right.
You ready, Mike?
Yeah. Let's
All
do
right,
this.
Let's do it.
Ooh.
I like it.
Hopefully there's lyrics.
Oh, I'm playing something else.
What you get and what you see, things that don't come easily. Feeling happy in my pain, icicles within my brain.
All right.
Man, you know,
Thoughts
Ozzy
so
has
far?
just such a unique voice.
Oh
I
yeah.
love it. It's just so different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
He's
go ahead.
he's just so high energy.
Yeah,
And
all the
then
time.
The drummer Bill Ward, he's
Mhm.
he's special.
I mean, this must. So, first thoughts is this must have. To us, it sounds old because it is old, but to people hearing it for the first time, this must have just been like mind-blowing stuff.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they must have come out the gate with this stuff and people were losing their minds.
Yeah, what year
I can
was
see
it?
that?
It was like
Can
71 or
someone look-
something.
Can someone look that up?
Yeah, here.
Let's give more context.
2015, dude.
Wait, what?
No, I'm
Wow! Good research. Zach providing the facts.
72.
I
I think.
72. All right.
72?
Yeah,
Nice.
72.
Man, that's
I mean,
insane.
think about it. That's right out of the 60s, and it's just almost full on metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
they were like decades ahead of their time, in my opinion.
You know what? And one quick note before we continue. What I've always loved is one of the singers. Oh God, I can't remember his name right now, but one of the singers from Mastodon really borrows heavily, in a good way, from Ozzy's voice. And if you ever listen to some Mastodon songs, especially on the album Crack the Sky, you'll be like, is this Ozzy? You know?
Yeah.
But it's not, you know. But that's just his influence on one of my personal favorite bands, Mastodon. So they've definitely had quite an influence. Obviously, that's an understatement. All right, let's pick it back up.
Something glowing in my head. With the vice and soon will spread. That to feed my very soul. Makes me happy, makes me cold.
That's nice.
Yeah. Digging it.
My eyes are blind, but I can see. There's no places on the tree.
You know, one of the things I'm noticing just from a drummer's standpoint is so that metal guitar is there, but in 1972, that what we would recognize as like metal drumming today is not there yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if you guys noticed that, but like that metal guitar is there for sure, obviously. But then they're still relatively playing just kind of these simple rock and roll beats, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they would have probably been using like a smaller kit, right?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely.
Like a
you-
very
I don't.
basic, bare bones kit.
Just
Yeah,
like
I don't-
buckets and frying pans, man. That's all they had back then.
The 70s is a dark time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, as far as those big, I mean, you know, you see these big, huge metal sets, you know, lots of pieces and stuff. You don't really see that until maybe the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
So, I don't know. Any other thoughts? We're about halfway through.
Yeah, it's something about Black Sabbath that always sticks out to me is how how repetitive a song is for Black Sabbath. All the choruses are kind of the same, or I mean all the verses, and it just keeps looping, and they go on for quite a while. But this song is nice that it's 5 minutes and sounds good like the whole way through.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Something I've always noticed about those guys.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's keep going. Oh yeah, this is nice. Right off the bat, I like this a lot.
Get that solo.
All right, we got to talk about that
Yeah.
solo. That was nice.
Yeah.
Freaking great solo. Man.
That was not, I mean, and especially considering 1972. I mean, what was popular in 1972? What was probably not that. I mean, at least as far as like what's in the mainstream, right?
You know,
yeah, like
sorry, go ahead, Zach.
no, like who was doing solos like that in '72?
Right.
Like
Well,
I
they
know,
were, but yeah,
yeah,
I know what
Led
you mean.
Zeppelin was around and people like that. But I mean,
Yeah, is there? Oh, yeah, that's an interesting point. Is there some lead influence? I mean, what do you think? A little bit, right? Maybe I disagree
I
with
feel
it.
like they might have influenced Led Zeppelin.
I'm not sure. I mean,
Black
they probably were
Sabbath.
all influencing each other.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they probably did all influence each other. Because then you got, like, Leonard Skinner around the same time, you know?
Right.
And
Dude, so yeah, Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin came out the same year, '68.
what the heck, man?
Okay.
That's
68.
insane.
Okay, so no
Wow.
wonder there's a little bit of crossover there because they're coming out of the gate. I never knew that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me neither.
Chick-fil-A got me good. I would have thought, if you would have asked me, I would have put money on Led being older than Black Sabbath. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. I would have thought too.
I never would have guessed that they came out the same year.
Dude, Mike, you
Man.
mentioned Leonard Skinner. They're 64.
Yeah, man.
I did not know that.
Leonard Skinner is old. They've been around for a while.
That's so weird to think about those bands because when I think of the '60s, I'm still thinking like British Invasion, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I'm still thinking Beatles. I'm still thinking Dave Clark 5, which are all great bands, you know, in their own right.
See,
but
and these guys started getting into like the biker stuff, you know, and just getting more and more rough around the edges, you know, like biker metal kind of
right.
Dude, yeah.
heavier, you know. That
These
really
guys-
influenced
yeah.
all of the metal that we have now. Like
Right.
came out of these guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like in '72, this was as heavy as it got. Like they were the heaviest.
Hmm
Yeah.
And freaking light years ahead of their time. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
they were pulling off musical feats that you just, you know, hadn't seen yet.
Was he biting
It's
the
like-
heads off of bats yet? Is what because you
I
know
think that came later.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, I think so. They
Probably.
had-
I mean,
they
you know, he
kicked
might
him out
have.
at one. They kicked him out at one point and replaced him with James Dio.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Dio. Yeah.
Oh, the Dio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn! God, man, I'm learning all sorts of stuff new. Now, did
Dude.
Ozzy Osbourne ever use narcotics in any way?
Nah, he's
pretty-
clean cut, man.
Pretty clean
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
That's my understanding. Is that he was?
He never did mountains of coke or anything like
He was-
that.
He was
No,
a
he was-
good. He was a good like model for kids in the '70s. I
Yeah.
assume.
He just drank a lot of coffee and he was always really high strung, but that's about it.
Yeah. Coffee
like
will
a,
do that to you. That's
a
why the Mormons
coffee
don't
addiction.
drink it. It's real. It's demonic.
Hey,
let's
you know
continue
what?
with the song.
Let's continue. Yeah.
Norman.
Sorry, Joseph.
Let the winter sunshine on. Let me feel the frost of dawn. Build my dreams of flakes of snow. Soon I'll feel the chilling glow.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. What's this?
Ooh. That's a groovy time
Think I know
signature.
what I'm doing. So tell me that it's doing me wrong. You're the one that's really the loser. This is where I feel I belong.
Now, Chris,
Yes.
As a drummer, what was that time?
I'd have to go back and listen to it again, but it sounded just like a
Man,
sounded like just kind of like a triplet groove.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Bill Ward had a lot of jazz influences in his drumming,
that
and he
makes a lot
came
of
I
sense.
from
can
kind
see
of a
that.
jazz background.
Yeah,
You know,
that was very
Yeah.
jazzy.
a lot of the greats back then come out of jazz, right? So,
Mhm.
I mean, you got to remember the jazz era was not too long ago. If you're in 1972,
Right.
So, it's not like there's a great pantheon of rock and roll drummers yet. Basically,
Yeah.
these are guys who are growing up with, you know, Max Roach and I won't name dump, but just a bunch of great jazz drummers. So,
Mhm.
like, what's his name from?
Awesome.
Oh shoot! Hey, buddy, calm down. What you doing? A bunch of
Justin
great,
Timberlake.
yeah, Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake. Shoot, I lost my. Thanks a lot, Zach.
Sorry.
We'll get back to that.
I lost
Let's
it.
hit that play button.
I was gonna say though, Mike, you brought up cocaine, and in the fourth line, it literally has cocaine in the lyrics.
Yes.
So I think they,
Might have dabbled a little.
Yeah, just I don't know. It was the 70s, I guess. All right, let's go.
All right, let's get.
Kiss the world with winter flowers. Turn my days to frozen hours. Lies no blind in the sun. Will my eyes age ever come?
Man. Yeah, let it rock out. I miss fade outs, dude.
so good.
Fade outs are always the best, and they save the best little licks for the very end of the
Because
fade
you
out.
want it more.
Yeah. Oh,
You want it
that's
to keep
good.
going, but it's fading out.
Mhm.
So you're like,
Yeah.
I got to listen to the song again. I want more of that.
Man.
Yeah.
So Chris, what are your first thoughts?
Well, I pretty much already stated my first thoughts as a drummer.
Mhm.
My first thoughts as just a listener. Yeah, it's great stuff. It makes me want to listen because I'm thinking of what metal has become. So you go back and you go and listen to the early stuff. It really does surprise you how, by today's standards, how not metal it is. But you can see,
Right.
oh, man, my Saint Bernard is getting under the desk. Oh, jeez.
That's awesome.
So it surprises me how not metal it is, but you can hear rather the seeds of metal in it, and you
Yes.
and it's definitely harder and crunchier than anything before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like it. I want to listen to more of it.
Yeah.
It was a great song.
Yeah.
Man, that solo was so good.
Mm.
Very good. What'd you
Zach,
guys
what
think?
about you?
Yeah, I recently found this song, so I've been playing it a lot.
Nice, dude.
It's it's definitely on the playlist.
Do you listen to a lot of Black Sabbath, or just this song, or where are you coming from?
Kind of. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize they were so good up until like maybe 2 years ago. So
What about you?
Yeah,
What about you,
he
Mike?
plays a lot in the car. Yeah, honestly, I never really gave Black Sabbath a chance. It was more like Metallica to me, where I respect what they did for music, but never really listened to it.
Yeah,
But then Zach started listening to it a lot in the car, and man, I started liking Ozzy a lot more.
yeah.
And coming from like a vocalist and sound mixing background, I really enjoy a lot of the mixing that they do and mastering of his vocals, and the instruments are usually all clear. Like
Mhm.
they basically, you get what they're going for, and it sounds great. I don't know. I really enjoy it. I like a lot more Black Sabbath than I thought I would.
You mentioned Metallica. Maybe we should do a Metallica song sometime, but that's another
Yeah.
band, just like you, Mike, as a fellow metal musician. I obviously know of them,
Mhm.
but haven't listened to a lot of their stuff. Respect the heck out of them, but just haven't listened to a ton of it. I mean, and
Yeah.
same, gosh, can I really call myself a metalhead in any sense? Because I think a lot, and maybe that's a whole series right there too, because I think of a lot of, I think a lot of bands, Iron Maiden, don't know much.
Mhm.
yeah,
Judas Priest,
Yeah.
don't know much, right? Stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I don't know. Maybe we should review more of those songs. But this song
Dive into
is
our
great.
roots.
This song is great because you can. It very much, you can tell it is emerging out of the '60s, right?
Mhm.
Because it still has that sound, a little bit, right? That older sound.
Right.
You can tell it's emerging out of the '60s, but it's definitely something new, and it's definitely the proto metal.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's eventually going to lead to all the great stuff we listen to today. So, anybody else have anything before we sign off? Or?
No,
That's good.
that's good. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, man. That funky part with the triplets.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
Man, it reminds me so much in a good way of stuff Mastodon does. Mastodon's not afraid of throwing some funky stuff in there.
Dude,
So
yeah.
you can just tell.
We were
the
listening to a little bit of that.
Oh yeah. Curl the Burl or whatever.
Yeah, Curl.
Yeah.
Man, they have a new song called Tear Drinker. I highly recommend it. Oh, maybe we should do that one next. But all right.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree.
Yeah.
Man, Zach, thanks for showing us that.
Yeah. Dropping that gem, dude.
Yeah, man.
Good. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Plenty more.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you next time when the Rough Boys review another song. Until then, we'll see you guys, and take it easy.
Yeah. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining us. Like and
See you
subscribe.
next time.